You're listening to the podcast My Story, My Song with host Nathan Maack. On today's episode, you'll hear Nathan tell you another compelling story about the writer of the song and what inspired the song to be written. You'll also hear a great arrangement of the song by Nathan or one of his friends. And now, let's go to Nathan Maack for today's story.
This song, published in 1901 after his death, was written by Reverend Maltbie D. Babcock, born in Syracuse, New York on August 3, 1858. He was born into a socially prominent family. As an adult, he was tall and broad-shouldered with well-defined muscles and a physically fit body. He was a champion player of both baseball, a pitcher, and a swimmer. He was also respected as a man with strong convictions and principles. As an adult, he became recognized as a popular Presbyterian minister. Reverend Babcock was also a skilled musician, playing the organ, piano, and violin, and he loved nature. He made a habit of making morning walks to the hills by Lake Ontario, close to where he pastored. He would often tell his friends, "I'm going out to see my Father's world." Which brings us to this episode's song, "This Is My Father's World." This hymn was actually taken from a 16-verse poem written by Reverend Babcock. A writer noting the lyrics to the poem-turned-song said, "This hymn is more than a mere outburst of song about nature, but rather a seasoned appreciation, beautifully worded of unfailing trust in the ways and judgments of God." In the hymn, Babcock portrays the message of God's presence, God's personality, God's power, and God's purpose. The tune is an Old English melody, and one of Babcock's close friends, F.L. Shepherd, who was also an accomplished musician. "This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears all nature sings, and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas. His hand the wonders wrought." Please enjoy this arrangement of my playing the piano, the song, "This Is My Father's World."
Thank you for listening to today's episode of My Story, My Song with host Nathan Maack. Please remember to subscribe to this podcast on the app you use to hear all of the latest stories and music. And check out Nathan's website at www.nathanmaack.com to keep up with all of Nathan's music ministries, including other web shows, his email newsletter, tour schedule, and much more. Until next time, thank you again for listening to My Story, My Song.